Yes.
Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat.
It's Steel.
Step two.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Step two. Step two. Step two. Step two. Step two. Step two. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
Now, Dad Rock.
That's right, it is Dad Rock Wednesday. And on this day, I like to feature rock music that isn't yacht rock music, but it is still rock music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and it is still of a Caucasian persuasion. Now, the first thing I want to get out of the way was that I was trying to correct somebody. You know, every once in a while, and especially back when I was downloading all those songs into my phone, you would get that person that would have the artist completely wrong about a particular song. Like they would say, like, the Rolling Stones sang Losing My Religion or something weird like that. And you know, it would piss me off. So today, I was commenting on somebody and they said like some weird group, R&B group was the one that sang "Da Butt" by EU, and I had to correct them.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And then I went looking on YouTube and I found something that I didn't know existed and I didn't know that I wanted to see, but I saw it and I'm grateful for it. And that is Glenn Close doing "Da Butt."
You had on, but you know, do you know the dance though? Do you know how to do the butt? Quest, turn it up. Come on, let's see it. Let me see you do the butt. Let's see it.
That made my day. So I'm in a good mood. I did certain things and got them out of the way, and tomorrow's my day off. But I'm ending up doing these videos a little bit later than normal, but I'm doing them nonetheless. So the song that I chose, I go all the way back to the year I graduated from high school, which is 1987.
Ha ha, you're old.
And this is REM, and it is their first hit, which is The One I Love. Now, this one was way in the background of the soundtrack of my life when it comes to the 80s, because 87 is the year I'm graduating. I got all kinds of things. What's my future going to be? All that kind of stuff. And so music sometimes is just there, and then you don't realize it or recognize it until years later when things have kind of calmed down. Because when you're 18 or getting ready to graduate, things are very, very hectic. But then when things calm down, you realize like, hey, there's other songs like Stand and It's the End of the World or Orange Crush or all these things that happened before the song I was originally going to do, which is Losing My Religion, which isn't until the 90s. And I was like looking back, I was like, well, what songs did they have before Losing My Religion, which happens to be their biggest hit? But what did they have? And I went back and all the way, you know, each and every year, and I was like, fuck, I know all these songs. And then I got to this one. I don't know any of the songs prior to 1987, which oddly enough is their 5th album. So I don't know any of their stuff from the previous 4 albums. But this one also, I believe, has It's the End of the World as We Know It on. So there's also that. So let's take a look at what this song did do on the charts. And Balama went to number 84 in Australia, number 11 on the Canada Hot 100, number 69 in the Netherlands, number 6 in New Zealand, number 17 in South Africa, number 51 in the UK, number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 10 on the US Cashbox Top 100, and number 2 on the US Billboard Mainstream Rock Tracks. I get that particular part because, you know, REM fit right into college radio, right as it was becoming this big thing of college radio and these particular groups that were coming out around that time frame. So REM fits right into that category of college radio. So I understand that. So if you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm trying to do at least 10 videos each and every week. Keyword is try. So, without any further ado, here is the one I love.
I mean, if I knew anything about love, I would be out there making it instead of sitting in here talking to you guys.
Goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I've left behind. A simple prop to occupy my time. This one goes out to the one I love. Goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I've left behind. A simple prop to occupy my time. This one goes out to the one I love. Goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I've left behind. Another prop has occupied my time. This one goes out to the one I love.
Now, I can honestly say that I have never seen that video, and it's appropriate for REM as far as their moodiness. I now that I'm older, I realize that REM kind of does fit into that melancholy kind of emo type teenager type mentality from back in the day, except they weren't wearing black and eyeshadow like The Cure, but they definitely had, with that guitar, they definitely had an English sound, but the drums and everything else like that, maybe the production really sounded American in my sense. And being that they're from Georgia, you might want to say like, well, that's like a country twang or something like that. You could make that stretch. But one of the things I don't ever think I knew was really what the lyrics are, because they really are basically the same until the very last one, because he's saying a simple prop to occupy my time. And he says that in the second verse. But then in the third verse, he's saying another prop has occupied my time. Now, there was some discussion in here about what the song was actually about. And he's like, well, if people think it's a love song, I don't want to interpret somebody's song for them. So if that's what they think, that's what they think. But, you know, when you look at the lyrics, you hear that part. But one thing you don't hear is the harmonies that's in the back. You think that they're harmonizing and saying what he's saying, or, you know, repeating what he's saying just at a different space in the song. But what they're saying in the background is she's coming down on her own. So you can interpret that, you know, you could interpret that as maybe this is somebody that he loved and they were too involved in drugs that, you know, he, you know, realized that you were just a part of my life, another prop that occupied my particular time at that moment, but I had to move on, and now I have another prop that's occupying my time. You know, you might think of it as like, you know, he's just using up women or whatever. Again, the song could be left up to interpretation, but for the first time, and as I'm getting ready to turn 55, that's what I feel that the song is about. It's, you know, it's impassioned, and I like Michael Stipe. I always did, all the way up, you know, including, you know, I think my favorite song by R.E.M. is "Everybody Hurts," but it's they put that little niche in there. And they did a lot of music, including songs with like B-52, with the B-52s, you know, Shiny Happy People. You know, they did that song. And it's like, they were really, really big during that time frame, from 87 until like 90 something. They were really, really big. And, you know, a band, when they achieve that, you know, it's great. I'm happy for them. I just don't know what they're doing lately. But if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.